Okay, we're back. And as you can probably hear the difference, we are now live coming out through the mixer that we just set up. So now we're going to continue on. I'm just going to briefly show you some of the settings. So we'll start with the actual strip itself. We've already set the gain and the output. So now we want to maybe add some effects to our voice. This is the effects button here. This determines how much effect will come through that strip. But first you have to select and activate the FX. So over here is our list of effects on this unit. Right now, as you can see, it's set for number 7, which is a reverb gate. So just for the heck of it, let's go to number 2 on the list. You turn it until you see the 2, and then you press that button to activate, or keep it locked into 2. So now we're on Reverb Hall. You don't notice it yet because I haven't activated the effects. And in order to do that, I have to do 2 things. First of all, there's a little gray button down here, FX on. So we're going to light that up. Now the effects are on. You still don't hear much because I don't have it applied to the strip. So in order to do that, you just turn it clockwise. I'm going to start, oh, you can already hear it, 9 o'clock, okay? So that's about 9 o'clock, and this determines how much, they call it the parameter, of the effect. So the more I turn it up, the more effects you're going to hear. We're just going to put a little bit on right now. So we'll go 9 o'clock there and 9 o'clock there. And that's how I'm coming out. Now, to adjust it or to change it, you'll find that as you choose different effects, you might have to increase or decrease the amount that you've added. So in this case, we'll go up to, say, a more subtle reverb, like a plate. So number 7 is a plate. Now you can already hear that whole standing in a subway station has disappeared. This is one of my favorite reverbs to use. And again, you can turn up the parameter so that it's a stronger effect, and or you can turn up how much of it to put on the channel. So if I left the parameter back at, say, 9 o'clock and I just did this, there we go. Now, conversely, if I kept that at 9 o'clock and did this, there you go. So it's slightly different, but it's 2 knobs that between the 2, I'm going to leave it up to you to decide which one best suits your vocals. We have our guitar, we have our vocals, we're singing at the same time. Hey, 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 what do you say? Okay, so we now have our sound that we like. The next step is to listen to it or have other people listen to it. So on this mixer, there are 3 ways to send out your signal. We're going to talk about the USB way in another video because that's really more for streaming. Usually you'll use this at a gig, at a party, or just jamming to yourself and practicing on your own. So you're going to want to listen. There's 3 ways, to use this to listen. One is what we're doing now. And that's simply by plugging in headphones or in-ear monitors or earbuds into the 1/4-inch jack. As you know, most earbuds are 1/8. So you'll need an adapter, which is this. So your adapter goes in, your headphones go in, and now you can monitor yourself. This unit works perfect like that, okay? Now, if you want to send the audio out, you have a couple choices. You have XLRs, which will go to normally studio monitors, and some PAs. PAs or any speakers will use 2 types, so it's the same cord as your vocal mic, an XLR. You have left and right, so if you have 2 speakers. If not, you can use just 1 speaker, and I would put it on the left channel, and all your noise will come out 1 speaker. You also have the 1/4 inch, which many PAs have as well. Some have both, some have only one or the other, but usually, say on a cheaper PA or a cheaper speaker, you will get one connection and it will be a 1/4 inch jack. So you're set to go on these 1/4 inches. Same thing applies. You can use two, one to each speaker, or you can just use one. So also, you have a monitor here. Now, this is not a powered mixer, so it will not send power to a passive speaker. So your PA monitors or your PA speakers, your studio monitors or speakers, they're basically known as monitors, and or a monitor for your vocals that you might want to have down like a wedge monitor on the floor so you can hear yourself, they will have to be powered. Okay? Or you could run an amp in between the mixer and your passive speakers. You can get an amp for well under $100 and it'll drive that passive speaker. But right here for this unit alone, without any extra gizmos, you'll need power speakers. So the monitor plugs into here, and again, you have a control switch which is the same as your headphones for volume. Okay? So that's really about it for this unit. Now, the MG10xu is, I believe, the first in the line that, or the lowest on the chain that offers USB out. I believe the lower ones, I may be wrong, but the lower ones do not have the USB option. So if you're looking to easily record to your iPhone, or you're looking to stream to Facebook Live or any of these, whether you use other software to do it or not, you will need a USB out mixer. The last thing I just want to touch briefly on here, there'll be other videos about how to use the other input jacks, but I do want to mention the phantom power. So I am using a Sennheiser mic, which does not need phantom power, but if you are using a condenser mic or a mic that needs phantom power, then this button, you push it down and it supplies the first 4 channels, 1, 2, 3, 4, with phantom power. So if you're using a condenser mic, let's say, instead of plugging your guitar in, you want to use a microphone and mic it, then that's what you would use, phantom power. And that's really about it for this mixer at what we're doing today. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. It's a new channel, building and adding content as often as possible, and I cater to the lowest possible realm of understanding. I try to avoid technical terms, and I try to explain as if you had never seen one of these before, and really don't care about the internal process that goes on. Just about where do I plug my thing and how do I do it? And that's basically what we're going to deal with here. I'm the Wired Idiot. Thanks for joining me, and keep an eye out for more videos.